welcome back to another Blender long video. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make a Chrome type text in Blender like this one. I have not seen not one person yet, and I could be wrong, but from when I was learning how to do Chrome type text in Blender, nobody goes through this method. They just show you how to take text, make it in 3D, or extrude it would be the right term, add a Chrome material to it, and that's your Chrome type in 3D in Blender. Here we're gonna dive in a little bit more deep into actually building this specific Chrome type that has like this blade sharp edges type of look. This takes time. You gotta kind of like map it in a sketch like I have here on my screen as we speak. But again, before we do jump into the actual tutorial, if you want to grab this image and you want to follow along, there's going to be a link on the description down below to my Patreon. If you go over there, you'll be able to download the project file. You'll be able to grab this image for the reference, so that way you can follow step by step. Okay. And really quickly, check out the new swag. These are cuz hats, daily hats. You could wear these pretty much for anything. If you have an appointment, you could wear this. If you're going out, you could wear this. If you're going to have a coffee, you could wear this. If you're going to your mom's house, you could wear this. If you're gonna be at home editing, you could wear this. I believe they're up in brown and in black. Anyways, that being said, let's jump right into the video. Bring in your sketch into Blender by Shift A, go to image and then reference, and then you bring in your sketch. And then once you have your sketch, whether it's my reference or you want to bring in your own, you want to go ahead and click on the opacity. You want to bring this fairly down. You don't really need to be, you know, like a 0.075, even lower, as long as you can kind of see the line, right? So as you can see on my sketch, right, I have all these dots and all these lines that I created, and the reason to that is because I knew I was going to do this, so I kind of wanted to see what the topology would look like, at least so I have a reference. And honestly, now that I've been doing this for quite some time now, like this is old. I'm not gonna lie, this is old. Now that I'm looking at it, I don't even need this. Like if I just have the sketch, I'll know where the points go. So it's a matter of just practice and getting used to topology and building stuff like this, right? So, but you might be a beginner, your first time, so use this as a guide, but you don't have to follow it to the T. Like you could just, it's just like a little guide just in case, right? So, and who knows, maybe I did it this way because that's how my brain works. Remember, everybody's brain works differently, so you might get it right away. You might understand where to place each vertex, each edge, and all that stuff, right? Anyways, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna start with the easiest letter. We're gonna start with the O. It's probably the easiest and quickest that we're gonna do. I'm gonna show you how to do it, right? Don't stress it. I know it looks more complicated than what it is. Anyways, let's add a plane. Let's go ahead and scale this down. Make sure you are in X-ray view mode. Okay, so move this up somewhere here like this. Let's go into edit mode. Make sure you are in vertex selection mode. And the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add 2 loop cuts to our plane. Now we're gonna move this one right here, this one right here, okay? This one is gonna go right here, this one right here, this one right here. And again, just follow up with me, and you could do this with your logo, your shape, whatever you're doing, your text, okay? And we need one more segment, so we're gonna go ahead and select this segment. By the way, you can follow, if I'm not saying my keys, you can follow up with this as well. I'm gonna try to say them, but just in case. So one, to go into vertex mode, select this vertex and move it somewhere here. You don't have to line it up for now. So the goal here is, now that we have our shape here, we're gonna go ahead and take this one shape and mirror it so it goes on the right side, okay? So before we do that, I do wanna add one more loop cut right here. So you can Control R. Another way to do that is, so you can either Control R, right, and it'll add a segment anywhere you want, or you could just click on K on your keyboard for the knife tool, and you could click here and then click on the other segment, and it'll add a segment right there. and then you just move it somewhere like this. I think I could add another one right here, so I'll move this back a little bit and move this back as well. All right, another thing I like to do before I move on forward to just make sure that everything sits nice, let's go ahead and alt click here. So it's gonna select all these vertices right here. Right click, make sure you have loop tools. If you don't, all you have to do is go to Google, search up Blender loop tools add-on, click on that first page that is gonna show up, and download that add-on, install it if you don't already have it. Anyways, go to loop tools, click on relax, and it's just gonna make everything move, be a little bit smoother, as you can see. Okay, so we'll do the same thing with this side right here, but don't select this one. I want to leave that one alone. So loop tools, relax, and it moves it like so again. Okay, so now next step would be to take these and scale X 0. The reason I want to do that is because we're gonna go ahead and mirror this to the other side, and we want it to line up perfectly in the middle. All right, so now that we have that, you want to go ahead and go to the modifiers, add a mirror modifier right here. Boom. Now, so you can see there's a gap in between. Don't worry, I'll show you how to fix that as well, so don't stress it. All you want to do is you want to select one of these segments, one of these four, because that's where the text ends. And once you select it, Shift S and cursor to selected. That's going to bring that cursor to that vertex, right? So now what you do is, if you go to the object mode, you right click and then you set the origin to the 3D cursor. So you can see it move the origin of the shape to that point, which means now it tells the shape that it needs to start right there. So now we have one shape, and make sure that merge is turned on, selected, because if not, it's not going to merge them into one shape. So just apply that, and as you can see, we have one shape here. All right, this looks pretty cool to me. I love how this is looking so far. Next thing I want to do is I want to make this imperfection right here. To do that, just add a loop cut right here. Sorry, move that right there. Move this probably somewhere right here, and then let's just add one more right there. Okay, and then we'll move it in like so. All right, so now we have that going on as well, and I think I want to move this in a little bit more, because why not? Right there. All right, excellent. So this is what I want. This is what I'm looking for, and you could keep playing with this later on, right? This one right here, Control R, and as you can see, because we have our topology so perfectly done, that middle line that we need to make that sharp edge in the middle look like almost like a blade lines up perfectly, pretty much. So just left click, okay, and then release it by right clicking. Next thing I want to do is Control R and add another one, but very close to the edge, to the outer edge, and another one close to the inner edge, somewhere right there. Okay, now at this point, what it's left to do is to select all of these. Let's go into the solid view mode and E to extrude, and we're gonna extrude it somewhere like this. Again, the thickness could be played with later on. So once you have all your text made up, you can play with the thickness so that the thickness of all of them line up perfectly. All right. So now that we have this, the next thing would be to take this whole loop in the middle, right? And you want to go ahead and Z to move it up like so. So now you have something like this. I know it looks too blocky, no worries. We're gonna add a subdivision modifier later on to make this even better. All right. Another thing I like to do is you can either keep it blocky like this on the sides, or you can Control R, add another loop cut right there, and then if you select that whole loop cut all around, you could go ahead and let's go to top view, and you can scale it up like so. You can scale it up something like this, and it just it adds more depth to the text. Now, what I'm thinking about this is, imagine I want to make a 3D text animation where I have all these shapes flying by, almost looking like some sort of like blades or like stars or a knife, just flying through the camera, and I need it to look sharp. I don't know. I just think it could be cool. And that's just how I think when I'm coming up with like when I'm coming up with just pretty much anything. Like and I'm pretty sure you guys as well as a creative, things come up as you're designing, right? So that's why sometimes you just gotta start. You just gotta do something, and then that one thing will lead you on to the other one, to the next thing. But anyways, so now I have this. Let's go ahead and Control 2 to add a subdivision modifier of 2. Now I know it doesn't look sharp anymore, and it's an easy quick fix to this. So Control R and add another loop cut right here. And so now we're just gonna go ahead and tighten up the edges. So add a loop cut right here. Let's add another one right here. We're gonna do the same thing. Everywhere we want a sharp edge, you're just gonna add a loop cut very close to the edge, okay? Boom, right there. All right, what else? Need one right here. All right, I know I need one right here to make this very sharp. Same thing here. I know I need this one right here. And I know same thing over here. I know I need this to be very sharp as well. I need this to be sharp. I need this one to be also very sharp. And this one as well. All right. And over here. So this is looking pretty much just how we want it. It has the sharp edges. It has the good topology. Everything looks exactly how I want it. The next tip would be to do all the other text individually, one by one. And as you are guessing, this could take hours. Not hours. Probably take about an hour to do each letter individually. So this takes time. It's time consuming. So make sure if you're gonna do it, you have a purpose of your timing. So one could be practice, two could be showcase your work. Even if it might not look the best, showcase your work. Especially if you're trying to be a freelancer, okay? So really quickly before I do move on, I want to show you how this would look rendered. So what I do to render this, right? Because I know a lot of you guys ask me, oh, like, you know, you never show the final result. Like, you show it, but you don't show how you set it up. So really quickly, this is what I like to do for my Chrome type text renders. What I like to do is I like to add a material to this. Let's add a metallic roughness, bring it to point whatever, it don't matter. You can play with this later. And make sure that your world property is set to black, okay? So now you have a better contrast. And you could play also with the roughness of the thing, of the material. So the lower the roughness, the more contrast. If you bring it up a little bit, it adds a little bit more of that metal look to it. So somewhere around here, I always say it's cool. And so if you go and turn this off right here, as you can see, look at how nice this looks. And if you want, bring this up to 3, and look how beautiful this looks. And this is just with the one light setup. This is not a proper light setup. A proper light setup would be to have this one looking at this, and maybe another one, like a 3-point light setup. I'm just gonna do something really quickly. Jump back over here, turn this off. Look at how beautiful this looks. Look at how beautiful this looks. Imagine the full text. I mean, you saw the final render, but this is how I would normally set it up. Really quickly, I don't want to bore you guys with all of this. I don't want to do each text individually and show the whole process, because you guys already saw what the process looked like. So I think I'm gonna call it a tutorial. Keep it short, quick, show you the process. Literally, you would do the same thing with this other shape right here. You would go to top view, you would move this, go into expert mode, right? And then you would move this right here. You will move this right here. And same thing. Honestly, you know what? Add the loop cuts first. Add a couple of them because you're gonna need them. And then literally all you want to do is you want to go ahead and start placing these somewhere like this. Somewhere like this. Something like this. Literally, bro. It literally, guys, is this easy. It's easy. Like, just, this is all you have to do for all of them. You have to just make them a quad, right? Once you make them like this, you want to add more loop cuts somewhere here, because now we're gonna add another, we're gonna move this over here, and then you want to also make a loop cut right here, because you want to go ahead and extrude this over here. And now you want to go ahead and scale this down, and then you want to do the same thing here. You want to move this over here, and now you want to go ahead and scale this down, and you want to go ahead and rotate it, and then you want to add a loop cut right here, and then you want to go ahead and take this vertex right here and move it up like so, and move this one right here, and so on and so on, and you make your shape this way. If you guys enjoyed this video, like always, make sure to drop a like down below. It'll help me a ton. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel, and comment what you want to see next. If you have any questions about this, sorry, if you guys have any questions about this, anything that I might have skipped, anything that you were left with, any questions you were left with, feel free to comment down below. Also, if you want to go ahead and dive into seeing what I do on a daily basis, follow me on Instagram, Cosmic Cool Art. There's going to be also a link on the description down below to my Instagram. Anyways, you guys have a great night. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you on the next one.